Now in business news this morning, gold prices are extending their record-breaking rally, surging to fresh all-time highs both globally and in the domestic market. Safe haven buying, persistent geopolitical tensions, a weaker dollar and renewed central bank purchases continue to fuel the bull run. Dwellers and investors are closely watching as the yellow metal maintains strong upward momentum with little sign of cooling off anytime soon. Meanwhile, let's take a look at a comparison of the gold prices over the time. Now, when we look at gold prices and we compare it to yesterday, last week, last year or last month even, we'll see what the trajectory has been like. So, gold prices per gram when we compare it between today and yesterday. Today on the 3rd of December 2025, 24 karat gold stands at 13,001 rupees and yesterday it was at 13,002 rupees. 22 karat gold per gram stood at 11,919 while yesterday it was at 11,920. 18 karat gold today is at 9,755 and yesterday it was at 9,756. So, we see that slight reduction of a rupee. It does not matter, it is a stabilization that is currently going on with the gold prices. When we compare it to last week, however, we will see that there has been an increase because we are looking at longer periods of time. So, today 13,001 rupees for 24 karat gold per gram, but last week it was 12,705 rupees. So, you see that increase. Today 22 karat gold is at 11,919 and last week it was at 11,646. So, we see the same trend being followed across all varieties of gold. 18 karat gold also today at 9,755 and last week it was at 9,529. So, you will see that bullish run in the gold prices when you compare it to last week. Now, let us look at it and look at last month's prices, and when we take that comparison, we will see a huge margin in those prices. So, 3rd December it is at 13,001 24 karat gold. On 3rd November it was at 12,317. 22 karat gold on 3rd December is at 11,919 and on 3rd November it was at 11,290 rupees. 18 karat gold is at 9,755 on 3rd December while last month on 3rd of November it was 9,238. So, we can clearly see that difference that is there in the gold prices. And now finally, when we look at a much larger picture, when we compare it to last year, obviously we will see a much rising trend because gold this year has touched all-time highs. So, when we look at 3rd December 2024, 24 karat gold per gram was only at 7,778 rupees and today it is at 13,001 rupees. 22 karat gold per gram stood at 7,130 rupees last year on the same day and today it is at 11,919. 18 karat gold last year on 3rd December stood at 5,834 and today it is at 9,755. So, clearly when we are tracking larger numbers, we see that huge in fact difference in the prices of gold. Joining us on the broadcast is Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist, who will help us understand this increase in gold prices. Dr. Kohli, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. When we are looking at gold prices, we are looking at a rally. We saw that even globally gold prices have in fact recovered from that slight loss that it had yesterday. Dr. Kohli.
Good morning, Shivani. Good morning to the viewers of NewsX. Yes, gold as we speak now, it's trading at about $4,217. These are COMEX prices in New York, and the prices have softened a bit as compared to the last couple of days. I'm talking of last maybe 3 days. Some profit booking because there is a contract expiry which has happened at COMEX, at the end of the month. there's always a COMEX expiry which happens. So we saw some profit booking coming. Also, the hopes of Fed rate cut, they got a bit diluted. I mean, 80% people were believing until a few days in America that there's going to be a rate cut. And now I think lesser number of people believe there will be a rate cut because of varying parameters, because of the American shutdown. Some economic data was not coming out as it has gradually started coming out. Some people believe that the rate cut may not happen, although we'll know on 10th of December, which is not too far away, but that's all speculative. But the undertone of gold, Shivani, is very much bullish. The geopolitical tensions are climbing up because America is planning to hit Venezuela. I think the Venezuelan airspace has been closed, and Latin America is being widely believed that America is going to attack Venezuela because of the drug problem or whatever. It doesn't get along with Maduro. So overall, Russia-Ukraine war is also very much on, despite the peace talks. There are wide attacks going on from Russia on Ukraine, including its capital. So US dollar again has become a bit weak as compared to the four currencies, global currencies. I'm talking of the Japanese yen, the euro, the Swiss franc, and the British pound. Although vis-a-vis the Indian rupee, a dollar has become stronger, which has also contributed. So both the factors have contributed to increase in gold prices. The undertone of gold remains very much bullish. Me and you have been talking for some time when I was talking about 4,000 to 4,050 as the base. But I think the new base now seems to have shifted upwards. The new base is now $4,200. So from $4,000 to $4,050, it has moved up to $4,200. You are witnessing that gradually things are consolidating, and gold's base price, that is the price on which it takes support, as we call in technical language, that base seems to be moving up. So whatever I've been saying on the channel for all these days, that the undertone of gold is bullish, it seems to be going up. The demand for gold is all round. Central banks still have not sold a single gram of gold ever since they started buying. So I think it is a good reason for investors to be looking at long term, although they must consult their respective investment advisors and financial advisors before taking any investment decision. But the factors which make the gold and silver prices move up and down, they seem to be favoring a bullish trend in the times to come, Shivani.
Absolutely, Dr. Kohli. And in fact, when you talk about the base price that we are looking at, you also have spoken about a breaching price or a breaching point of gold. Do we look at a new number in that front as well?
Well, that's called, in technical language, we call it as the resistance. I think the resistance as of now, as we speak now, although it keeps changing, as of now it's about $4,250. If I convert it to rupees, I think it is about 1,32,000 per 10 grams. That seems to be the new resistance level. The moment it breaches that, you will see renewed buying. But it all depends, Shivani, on the news flow, how the news flow is, how the international factors which impact the gold and silver prices, how they factor in, how they pan out. I think it all depends on that. So we'll have to wait for that. No official resistance price or support price, but then this is when we plot it on charts. This is what we find, that 4 seems to be the new resistance. If it breaches that, you will see gold rushing to, if I convert it to Indian rupees, breaching 1,35,000 per 10 grams also. It's a good reason for investors to be celebrating if they have bought in the recent times, especially after watching NewsX detailed analysis every morning. Shivani.
Dr. Kohli, I'd request you to please stay on with us, as we are also tracking the stock market today, and Indian equities are looking to snap a 3-session losing streak, with benchmark indices opening marginally higher amid mixed global cues and anticipation around the RBI's monetary policy decision later today. The Nifty and Sensex have pulled back nearly 0.75% over the past few days after touching record highs last week, weighed down by sustained foreign fund outflows and a sharply weakening rupee that's now hit an all-time low against the dollar. Domestic investors continue to provide strong support, buying at record levels, while sectors like banking and financials remain under pressure from profit booking, contrasted by resilience in pharma and auto names. Broader markets are trading flat, with eyes now on potential rate cut signals from the central bank to boost sentiment. So, Dr. Kohli, when we look at the stock market, what is the situation like today?
Well, we are seeing further profit booking, Shivani. The market, as we speak now, is trading at about 25,950. As far as Nifty is concerned, the bank Nifty is about below 60,000, 59,139. Well, further profit booking, I think RBI Monetary Policy Committee meeting has started today. The outcome would be known on Friday when the Reserve Bank of India Governor, Mr. Sanjay Malhotra, is going to do a press conference and is going to make formal announcements of the MPC decisions. We will come to know. If there is a rate cut, Shivani, then we will see the markets celebrating that, because that's going to be good for the market, good for the financial companies, good for industry overall. When money becomes cheaper, the repo rate gets cut. But if that does not happen, I think the market may remain a bit subdued. Well, we should not forget that the peak of the market was 26,277, which was achieved in last October, that is October of 24. And ever since that, markets have been depressed, and then they started moving up. It almost came to a kissing distance of 26,277, crossed that intraday, but did not close above that until now, and came the profit booking. Also, I think another reason why markets are subdued is because of the weak Indian rupee. Because Indian rupee seems to be breaching 90, which is a psychological barrier. I'm sure RBI is going to intervene and make sure it remains, above 90. But if it breaches 90, I think the markets will feel further depression, because it makes the imported costs of many companies more. It disturbs the cost sheet, which are dependent on.
Right, I believe we have lost the connection with Dr. Kohli over there, but thank you so much for that perspective